What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be reviewing the 1997 film Hideous. So the basic plot is you got these two rich collectors. They're rivals. They collect these like mutant human specimens. And this one gentleman, he gets this specimen, and he's obsessed with it. He spends 650,000 on this specimen, and he's all excited to bring it home. But then he gets robbed at gunpoint, and he gets his specimen jacked. So him, the woman who sold it to him, her secretary, and this private investigator go to the rival collector's castle. They're locked in the castle, and the specimens come to life. And for the rest of the movie, the specimens are pursuing this group of characters and trying to kill them. So that is the basic plot summary. Just some quick info about this movie. This is from Full Moon Features. It was directed and produced by Charles Band. So if you know about Full Moon Features, this is their bread and butter. These B movies, super schlocky, super low budget. They always do monster movies. They love puppets over there. You know, they got Puppet Master, Demonic Toys. This was kind of a puppet movie, so if it is low budget, involves monsters, involves puppets, it's probably a Full Moon movie. And overall, I'm a fan of Full Moon Features. I think they have some cool movies, but you know, you have to know what you're getting into. And in my opinion, they are hit or miss. They have some good ones, but they have a lot of duds. Like, some of their movies are just not great. But yeah, I thought overall this one was pretty good. It was pretty solid. I was pleasantly surprised with this one. So yeah, I did enjoy it overall. Solid watch. So jumping into my first point, at the beginning of the movie, there's some of the worst ADR ever, and I was kind of I was kind of worried. I was like, is this gonna persist throughout the entire movie? Like I was tripping. You know, I thought the audio was gonna be jacked up the whole movie. All these guys, their voices, it sounded like it was dubbed over. It was super loud. It just sounded weird. I'm like, I hope the whole movie is like this. It was not. It was just the beginning sequence, because they're at this sewage treatment plant, and I assume it was really loud. You had all this running sewage water that was probably really loud, so they had to take that out in post and then re-record all the audio in post. So yeah, the dialogue in the first sequence is so loud. It sounds so fake. It's really funny. And this one guy that works at the sewage treatment plant, he's talking about all the stuff that he finds. He's talking about finding drugs, and he's like, "Oh, I gave it to the cops, of course." This dude did not give the drugs to the cops. Homeboy either took the drugs or sold the drugs. He was the guy who was selling the mutant freaks to the lady who was selling them to the rich dudes. He was, you know, he was supplying the suppliers, so he definitely flipped those drugs or took them, because he was a grimy, sleazy, crusty dude. If he's out here selling mutant freaks on the side, who knows what he's doing. So either he's talking about he gave the drugs to the cops. No way this guy did that. I mean, he's out here getting the guap. He's out here selling mutant freaks. I don't care what your hustle is. You know, I'm not going to knock a man's hustle. If your hustle is fishing weird specimens out of sewer water and selling it to ladies who chain smoke a lot and, you know, sell weird oddities to rich people. Cool, good for you. You know, that's a good hustle. I need to get into that. It probably pays really well. So yeah, I just want to talk about that. The audio is really bad at the beginning of this movie, but it does get better. So if you flip this on, you're like, oh man, this sounds terrible. It's only the first sequence, and it's kind of funny. So you know, it's like a little so bad it's good moment. So there you go. You gotta I gotta talk about this scene. When you're talking about this movie, you gotta talk about this scene. I feel like it's kind of an iconic scene in the movie. I don't know if people really know about this movie, but if people know about this movie, they know about this scene. The girl who's robbing the gentleman who bought the specimen, she's just wearing a gorilla mask and she's topless in the middle of winter. There's snow everywhere. She's not wearing any clothes except a gorilla mask. Maybe her face is cold. Well, also she's got to obscure her identity. She doesn't want to get arrested out here. But that sequence is beautiful. It's early on in the movie. It's really it's just super memorable. I feel like anybody who's seen this movie, which is probably like 3 people besides myself, anyone who's seen this movie knows about that scene. It's going to be stuck in my brain forever. Homegirl had some big naturals too. Like, I mean, I was not mad seeing her topless. Like, she had some big naturals going on. I was like, let's go. But yeah, that scene was super iconic. You know, you just have so many. You have so many elements coming together. You have some random chick with big naturals. She's topless. She's wearing a gorilla mask. It's a weird look. And then it's the dead of winter. You got snow everywhere. It's just, why was she not wearing a shirt? Why was she not wearing a jacket? I don't know. For the movie, like for the story, it doesn't make sense. Well, not that has anything to do with the story, but it just doesn't make any sense. Like, she would be, if you're gonna rob someone, wear a jacket. You don't know how long it's gonna take. You don't want to rob someone when you're cold. You want to be warm. You want to be loosened up in case you gotta like punch a fool or something. So, I mean, it doesn't make any sense that she would rob someone topless in the middle of winter. But, you know, for the movie, it's great. You know, when they were making the movie, they're probably like, we gotta have something memorable. We gotta have something weird, hook people in. Topless girl, gorilla mask, in the winter, robbing a guy. So yeah, that scene, beautiful. I absolutely, I love that. It's stuck in my head forever. Not gonna forget that. Can't forget those big naturals. Okay, gotta talk about this private investigator guy. This guy rocked. I really, there's like one recurring thing that he did that I really enjoyed. So whenever he was referring to these specimens, he would just call them goobers. He's like, all right, we're gonna find your goobers. All right, okay, where are the goobers? What's going on with the goobers? He just called them goobers throughout the whole movie, which I love. I use goober as an insult. Like, if someone is like a goofy individual, I'm like, man, that MF, he's such a goober. That goofball, that silly goose, man, he's a goober. So I just thought it was hilarious that this guy, he was just he was calling these things goobers throughout the whole movie. And it was even funnier because the 2 rich guys who collected these things, they were so into it. They were absolute nerds about collecting these mutant freaks, you know? So he was just almost dismissive, where he's like, all right, we'll get your goobers. All right, stop worrying about the goobers. So yeah, I really like that. Like, he was out here kind of dissing them a little bit, so it was kind of funny. Another super memorable scene. Super memorable. You have one of these goobers, one of these specimens, just starts sucking on this girl's tits. what's going on here? What am I watching? Is this real life? Is this a fever dream? Is this a real movie? It is a real movie. And yeah, I definitely saw that. I don't think I dreamed that. I think it is in the movie. So yeah, the secretary girl, she's just posted up in her bed. Something starts sucking on her titties. She's feeling good. And it's just this disgusting mutant freak goober. And yeah, I was just watching that. I was laughing my ass off. I was just like, I don't know what I'm watching right now, but I'm here for it. So you got some iconic imagery. You got chicks with big naturals in gorilla masks robbing people. You got mutant freak goobers sucking girls' tits. I mean, that's iconic stuff. So I really appreciated that as a viewer. I really appreciated it. So that was pretty nice as well. Very very good. Beautiful. So last thing I want to get into are the negative elements of the movie. So like I said, overall, this is a really good movie. For what it is, for a super low budget monster movie from Full Moon Features. I'm not knocking Full Moon Features, but you got to know what you're getting into. They are lower budget. They are very schlocky. I enjoy them. So yeah, for what it is, I think it was a good movie. But I do have some negatives that I would like to point out. So there's this whole sequence where majority of the main characters are just locked in this room. That went on way too long. I could have done with like half of that. They're just in a room. They're communicating with the goobers. They're just knocking on the wall. They're like, knock 2 times if yes, and they're just trying to escape this room, knocking, communicating with these mutant freaks for forever. It took way too long. I got bored. Okay, so that whole sequence in the room, way too long. I could have done with way less of that. Another thing that I kind of disliked is a lot of the times we got to see the mutant freak goobers. They were very obscured. They were in the dark. The creature effects were really cool. I like the creature designs. Early on, we get to see them a little bit more, but yeah, like later on in the movie, I feel like they were obscured more. So that was a little drawback for me. And once the movie ramped up and we got to the killing, I feel like the kills were a little bit lackluster. It was like this one girl just fell off the side of the building, and a couple guys just fell in this vat of acid. It kind of makes sense because these guys, they're little guys, so they can't overpower the people. And if they were stabbing them, what would they be stabbing? Their ankles. So I kind of get it. It's like they kind of have to almost trap these people. So it makes sense. But yeah, I just thought the kills were a little bit lackluster. It wasn't super gory. People weren't out here getting brutalized. They were just falling down and falling in acid and stuff. So yeah, I like some good kills. So I thought they were a little bit lackluster. But yeah, those were my main negatives. Overall, there was a lot to like about this movie. And like I said, I thought it was pretty darn solid. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. It's free on Tubi right now. It's pretty short. That's why I decided to watch it. I was looking for something short. I got home late from work, so I was like, oh, hour and 22 minutes, little monster movie, Full Moon Features. Let me check it out. So yeah, overall, good movie. It's free on Tubi. Check it out. So yeah, that's been my review. Thank you all very much for watching, and peace out.